What's good, family? Smash that like button and subscribe. Oh no. Your man's Tyson Fury has just dropped some exclusive news, no doubt. So let's get to it. Listen. Your man's Tyson Fury has essentially retired from social media. Yeah, check this. He said, "Oh!" He said, "Right, guys, I'm going offline until October 10th. Someone else will be keeping you updated. Total blackout from me. See you in Vegas. Oh! Let the games begin. 7 weeks, Saturday, till I smash the big torso again. God bless." Now, listen, he put this post out, but if you man have been following my channel, you'll know that our feet have been secured firmly on a particular part of Tyson Fury's neck, yeah? On that soft part, you know the part between your chin and your chest, that soft, delicate part. That's where our foot's been, no doubt about that, yeah? Been pressed there. And over the last few days, I've been telling you, I've been showing you man the evidence that Tyson Fury, aka Tyson Fury, has been setting the scene to pull out. Yeah, he's been setting all these little narratives up. His dad came out last week and said, this, that, the other, if this doesn't happen, if that doesn't happen, if we're not happy out with our family, then we're not going to fight, and I'm going to make sure he doesn't fight. That's what his dad did. His dad set the scene, 100% confirmed. And then Tyson Fury himself, in the last few days, and even today, put a video out saying, if we get home today, then I'll finally be able to start training in 7 weeks, this, that, the other. Now, naive dopey dons, and Tyson Fury shill dons, you man just lap it up. You love it. Listen, you man stay slurping, 100%. You man stay slurping. You love to slurp. But people who are objective can see what's really going on right now. And you best believe, again, you sheeple dons just go along with the flow. You go along with the current. Unfortunately, that's why you end up with a face full of pus. Yeah? Every time. Because what do we know? Back in May 2021, I said, listen, Tyson Fury, he gonna pull out 100%. And the worst thing is, I'm gonna show you, man, some leaked information back from May, which proves, again, this time, he's gonna pull out. The same way I told you last time he was gonna pull out. We've got the same, what's the one you call it? We've got the same trigger. We've got the same alert, which screams another pullout's coming. 100%. No doubt. And the worst thing is, back in May, when I predicted he was going to pull out, even Tyson hadn't set the scene. Yeah? Like he has this time, if that makes sense. Back then, it was just a bit of a hunch. I said, listen, chances are, given the environment we're in, chances are Tyson Fury, he's going to pull out and talk about C19. 2-2s, he pulls out and talks about C19. This time, he's been more blatant, or this time, he's obviously used and failed at deploying the C19 narrative. Because people, listen, the YB chopped that narrative to shreds. Him and MTK were flip-flopping all over the gaff. 100% confirmed. This time, he's gone with the more bulletproof approach. Yeah, because many people, this particular approach they're using about the family is very difficult to poke holes in it because people get all emotional. What they don't realise is, we're boxing fans. Yeah? If you want to be a family man, there's no one, I'd never tell someone not to do that. However, you don't have to be all holding things up for everyone else. Just because your life's doing whatever, why do you have to, why do all of us have to suffer? Because your life or whatever. You know, understand what I mean? Boxing is a global sport. It's not about one family or one set of people. And to be honest with you, when you look at the world more broadly, I'm sure there's people, who have actually lost family members who might use boxing as a bit of an escape, if that makes sense. So wait there a minute. So because your family's whatever, we all have to suffer. Or people who, other people who are using boxing as an escape, they have to suffer too then. You understand? Stop being selfish and give the belt up. But anyway, like I said, Tyson Fury, you best believe, has set the narrative ready for his pullout. And now he's telling you, man, we're disappearing. I'm going for a blackout and I'm going to concentrate on training. Now, I said to you about 2 minutes ago now that I had some explosive leaked information. Yeah? A big alert that Tyson Fury is going to pull out again. And here it is. On your screen right now, you'll see a message Tyson Fury posted up not long ago. In fact, what did I tell you? Tyson Fury posted up this message. Yeah? He posted it up just before, or this time. Sorry, he posted it up about the same amount of time before the last fight. Yeah? So check this. May 31st. So about 7 weeks. It's scary, yeah? It's scary how similar this is. 7 weeks before he pulled out, he posted a message saying, camp time equals serious time. I'll be offline. Please, everyone, don't contact me for anything, as I'm in training camp. My team will keep everyone updated on my progress. God bless you all. See you all on July 24th, Las Vegas. My phone is going off. Thanks. Oops. Oops. I remember at the time telling you, man, that your man Tyson Fury has lost his head and he ain't going to turn up. And everyone said, oh, YB, you're talking rubbish. YB, he's getting serious now. Oh, yeah, Wilder, the big doss, has got a lot to be scared of. Oops. Didn't even turn up. About got a lot to be scared of. Are you mad? Your man's missing. And he's been missing ever since. So like I said, this for me, never mind for me, this categorically is what you call a big massive red flag. Because Tyson Fury himself has already set the precedent. When he tells you 7 weeks before something that he's going away offline, what he means to say is he's disappearing from social media so that he doesn't have to show you that he's training. Do you understand? That's what I believe's happened here. I believe whenever Tyson Fury knows he ain't going to fight, he doesn't want to have to keep putting out training footage. Because if you think about it, if he's out about on social media in the casino, yeah, not training, people can be saying, why ain't Tyson Fury training? So instead, he tells you, listen, I'm going offline. See you, man, in a bit. See you, man, 7 weeks later. And then obviously, he ain't been training. Got no intention of training. So he disappears for 6 weeks, and then 2 weeks before the fight, my family. That's what's coming next. That's what's coming in October. You best believe. Yeah? Within 2 weeks before the fight, Tyson Fury will come out and make up some story about his family. 100%. And it won't be true. The same way it wasn't true about the C19 thing. 100% fake. Flip-flopping. That's what I believe's coming. I've told you before, listen, if I'm wrong, I'll say, you know what? In fact, you know what? I won't say anything. Because I don't have to apologise for nothing. It's not my problem that he keeps pulling out. Yeah? YB, you better make sure you apologise. Apologise? He's doing what he's supposed to do, you muppets. Do you understand that? He's supposed to turn up. What? Apologise? What's wrong with you goofies? If he turns up, guess what? He did what he's supposed to do. There's no apology about it. Do you understand? When he starts going out of his way, for example, yeah? If Tyson Fury went out of his way to turn up, that's when you get credit. Like, if he'd have turned up in July, to be honest, even if he'd have turned up on July 24th, that wouldn't get you credit. He was supposed to do that. He didn't do it. Yeah? When you're sick and ill and you turn up anyway, as many fighters have done in the past, Mike Tyson talked about it in one of his biggest fights. He had, I think, gonorrhea or something, and he turned up and cracked on. You get credit for that. You don't get credit for pulling out fights and being all in the casino. Yeah? All in the casino. Taking pictures and goofing out and buying cars. That's what you don't get credit for. But anyway, listen. Tyson Fury, he set the scene nicely for you slow sheeple-dons. And now he's repeating the same behaviour, because I can't work it out. If you're training every day, yeah? What's the problem? Let's not make out... I'm not being funny, yeah? It doesn't take long to put a tweet out, does it? Oh, I'm turning my social media off and all this stuff. Is it really that deep? If you actually... Think about it. If you're not trying to be sneaky about things, what is the big song and dance? And like I said, I wouldn't mind if there wasn't a precedent set. But unfortunately, there has been a precedent set. What we do know is, Fury is 1 for 1. When he tells you he's going offline, he ain't turning up. Bottom line. I'm sorry, this seemed for me. If you man follow my channel, you'll know that I've been picking up on a lot of, Tyson Fury goes through cycles. It's a bit like 2 days before the AJ fight fell through, he started shouting about it. And it's same as the Wilder fight. He starts shouting about it and it falls through. It's kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's cabal or I don't know what it is, but it's just some fruity things going on. And the minute I start seeing things replicating, that's got my, like I said earlier, it's got my red flags. It's got my red flags flopping in the air. 100%. If he turns up, fair play to him. He's done what he's you know what I'm saying? He's achieved, he's fulfilled his commitments. But it's a big if at this point, especially given all of the wider circumstances. I find it hard to believe Tyson Fury, we know for a fact, Tyson Fury pulls out when he doesn't have no reason for it. And I find it hard to believe after John Fury and Tyson Fury this last week, I've spent the whole week setting a scene. And they've set it really well. Because their excuse they've been using, everyone seems to like it and believe it and whatnot. So I can't believe they're going to throw away an opportunity like this. This one's in the bag in my mind. 2 weeks before, all they've got to do is say, oh, my family, and that's it. That's off. Done. Finished. It's almost like this blackout period, again, it gets Fury off the hook. It means he doesn't have to be asking questions or doing interviews. He can just be laying low. And the reason that's relevant is because if he's active on social media and he's doing interviews and whatnot, then it might become a bit of a shock to people that there hasn't been more, what's the word I'm looking for? My point is, it's easier to put fight ending news out when there's been a blackout period. Does that make sense? It's easier for things to come out of nowhere when we're during a blackout period, because we don't know what's been going on, if that makes sense. For example, it would be a bit weird, yeah, if Fury didn't do a blackout period and he's doing an interview one day and the next day he's pulling out, people thinking, well, wait a minute, something don't sit right here. But the fact he black out, or the fact he's going for a blackout period, it works. It's the most beneficial thing to do when you're about to pull out, or when you're planning to pull out. Because we don't know, we're going to be none the wiser of what was really going on, if that makes sense. It's easier to keep the cover. It's easier to put the lie out there. And that's what I believe is going on. And I've said it before. Given all of the politics that have been going on, all of the politricks that have been going on, yeah, Errol Spence and whatever else, from now on, and I've been saying it for years to be fair, most people have as well, but listen, I'll believe it on the day. Yeah, when they get in the ring, that's when I believe a fight's on. Not before, not after. That's when I believe it's on. Because I've seen it all now. I've seen it all. I've seen young prime fighters in Errol Spence pulling out from old men. Oh, wow. There used to be a time that young fighters were begging to get in there with their old heads. They were begging to get in there with the old people to kind of take over, what do they call it, to carry on the flame kind of thing. These days, the young guns, the young bucks, they're scary. They don't want none of the old dons. Not even a little bit that did Errol Spence want. He out of there. He don't want it. He missing. He not turning up. So like I said, when Fury gets in there on October 9th, fair play. But for me, right now, I'm going with a pullout. That's where that's where all the signs are pointing to. And if you disagree, show me what sign you've seen that thinks he's going to turn up. Oh, but YB, you know. Oh, you know, he said so. Oops. He said so. He said so. He said he was fighting AJ. In fact, he said he wasn't fighting. Listen, Fury said he wasn't fighting AJ. Then he said he was fighting AJ. Then he said he wasn't fighting AJ. Then he said he was. Then he said he wasn't. Then he said he was fighting Wilder. Then he said he wasn't fighting Wilder. Then Wilder took him to court. You understand? So don't give me what Fury said. Yeah? Don't even bother with that. And in fact, the only thing you can take serious from Tyson Scary, yeah, is when he's saying things that support his scariness. So you can 100% believe Tyson Fury when he tells you he's gonna pull out because his family. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. That will definitely happen, no doubt. Because it makes me laugh. Let's not forget this. The Furies for the last 18 months have been talking down on C19. And then what happens? Then when it's convenient for them, they jump all over it. So trust me, if Tyson Scary can even use the C19 narrative to his own benefit, you best believe he ain't going to throw away a family narrative. A good, well-cooked... Listen, I can't lie to them. People who know me know that I've given Team Fury their credit. This family narrative is well baked. Yeah, perfectly baked, crisply baked. I'd love it. Listen, let me tell you this right now. If Team Fury was serving some nice, crispy, family baked narrative, I'd have a nice slice of it, 100%, because I can just smell it. It's a perfect narrative. They've cooked it. Listen, it's been crisped perfectly. Yeah, beautiful family bake. Beautiful family bake narrative have they cooked. So listen, let's see how it plays out. If they fight, great. If they don't, at this point in time, your man the YB just loves getting off all over Tyson Fury. So for me, yeah, I'm happy either way. Because when the news drops that he's pulled out, you best believe the YB gonna be rock hard for it, no doubt.